Welcome back. So I'm just looking inside this Willys engine compartment. It's sitting on a one of my rollers. You could put a big block in here if you really wanted to, but we're not gonna. 5 liter. So the blue Parks truck I bought, it's such a nice truck. I hate to tear that one apart. But there's the box. Literally took about less than 20 minutes to take this box off. Once I took the bumper off. This is the tailgate I bought with the truck. I don't know if I showed that. I have the insert on the other truck that goes over that with the Ford XLT on it. Let me see if I can get a light here. But let's see if you can get up in here. Look at that. I mean, you got a little bit of surface rust. This truck is a 93. There was a dent. There's a dent right here. I took on the ridge. Let me get rid of this. Took the wooden hammer, kind of went after it a little bit. This ridge is now where it should be. There is a small dent right here. I'm going to put a suction cup on it, see if I can draw it out. Which leaves us with this part of the truck. Let's see. This is the bumper that was on this truck. And of course, that's the rear end that was in the 50 rat rod. I haven't had a chance to, oh yeah, I've had plenty of chances, I guess. But, there we go. Had plenty of chances, but I haven't pulled the brakes off that or the wheel cylinders. The rear end's junk. It was a limited slip. Actually, it was a one-wheel peel. And somehow it welded itself into a posi and then was making bad noises. We already covered that. So, all right. So that's the front half wiring system. Still have the computer in. I'll be taking the computer out of it because that'll go with the motor. Although any any 4.9 will run that. It just depends on what options it has, I guess. But it'll basically start up and run it. We'll be taking the brake booster off that and master cylinder. That is going to go in the Jeep. This cab is exceptional. I screwed up and broke a bolt. And then I end up having to cut it off on the radiator support because I used my, I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. And apparently on this gun right here, on this earthquake, if you just happen to, it moves really easy, and I must be able to bump that. I tightened it. Oh, and I tightened it to the point where I felt it twist, and by the time I let off the trigger, it was too late. It cross-threaded. But every bolt on this truck came off without a problem. I mean, the inside fender well screws had the heads, everything. You probably won't be able to see anything. Didn't bring the light around, but you can see that floor. There's nothing. Nothing. Look at the back of the cab. This is a 93. This is unheard of for up here. It's a 2-wheel drive. Doesn't interest me. Other than the frame. I'll give you a little story on that in a minute. The 4.9, I did have it running. The catalytic converters were plugged with walnuts and sticks and all sorts of stuff. I tried to get it out. It was just packed in there. And apparently somebody had run this before because as soon as I started, it was just dogging. It's got fuel in it from 03. It smells nasty, not bad, nasty, but it fired up and ran. I had this running. I had to make a couple cuts on the converter, in front of the converters. Cut them off, and then it ran fine. I still think the injectors are a little sticky. You'll probably need a set of injectors, so if anybody had, but don't think there's many miles on that motor. This truck was, this truck's been bounced around. So the title's not really clear on it. I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for the box, the front fenders, radiator support, customer's lawnmower, ready to go. Matt, if you're watching, the lawnmower's done. Your Husqvarna, it's a different story. So, front fenders, hood, front bumper, radiator support. They're notoriously to rot down in there. A little surface rust, no rot. That is a very, very good radiator support. We're gonna be using that on the white truck. You like my pile of dirt? I've been stepping on that for a week. Park truck's in here and dirt falls on it. Yep, so the other truck is over there waiting. New shop mower. I'll do a review on that soon. It'll be a good one. So the frame is absolutely clean. It's been sitting. It's got surface rust on it. There's no scale. There's a lot of places, as you can see, in here. We wiped the rust off it, and that's what's underneath it is paint. So look at that. There's paint everywhere. It's just got like rust film over it. So we're going to use this frame instead of the 76 Ford F100. Mainly, this has disc brakes. This has power steering. I can work a lot better with this suspension than I can with the other. We'll put a 2 or 3 inch drop coil in it, which will drop that down. I'm probably going to 4-link the rear end as we move it forward. Then I can put it exactly where I want it. Don't have to worry about moving brackets. I'll move her forward. I'll cut the frame. I may C-notch it. I'm not sure. We'll see what we got for space between the rear end and the frame. If we have 6 inches, I'm not doing it. Don't need it. This Jeep's never going to carry anything except my brother around. It's not going back into service as a fire truck. Look at this. Unreal. Other than that little dent, if they didn't have that dent on the other side, this would be nothing to paint. It's going to take a little work on that, and then it has to go back to Oxford white is the color of the other truck. So, and then we'll do something to match. And then the bronzy color on that truck is pretty cool, but I think I'm going to put a charcoal gray on the bottom all the way around. So yeah, this cab's going to be for sale. I don't really care if I sell it or not. I'll put it in one of the storage trailers and store it. If I don't sell it, there's going to be something out down there that I'm going to buy that's going to need a cab. Most of the F350s I see that are really good, the frames or the cabs are all rotten on them. This cab has nothing. Nothing. The windshield's good. Had it running. All the lights worked. The heater worked. The AC, I tripped it. It came on. It would cycle and shut off. It's obviously low on Freon. So it just came apart very easily. So I'm about 8 minutes or 9 minutes into this. I got to get going. I should break this into 2 videos. I'll just make one long one here. So that's where we are. So bunch of parts. Got an extra grill. So I'll be using the 2 front fenders, the radiator support, the front valance that goes between the bumper and the both sides of the front fenders, and that nice box. That other truck has a bed liner in it. I am assuming that I will paint the inside of this box and maybe not use a bed liner. I'm not sure. I plan on driving that truck. That's going to be a driver. And I've got an exhaust manifold to fix on that, and I will do the brakes all the way around on it, all new shocks. I am going to sand that frame down, which the frame is excellent on that truck too. It's got a lot of original paint still on it. I'll sand that down and I will put the frame paint to it. And the same thing with this. We're going to get the cab off this. It's the cab. Let me back up. The cab is actually ready to come off. So I'll cover that in the next video. It's loose and ready to go. And we'll pull the motor, pull the gas tanks, take everything off there we don't need, and then push it out front, and we'll use the pressure washer with the sand on it, and we'll blast that frame right down nice and clean. We'll bring it in. Hopefully it's a sunny day. We can get it dry out there pretty quick. We'll bring it in, and we will rust kill that whole frame, inside and out, everywhere we got to go. We'll get it on jack stands. We'll get it leveled. We're going to get our measurements and figure out just where we need the rear end, how much we need to take out. Get a 4-link on the rear ordered, and we're going to use coilovers instead of spring shackles and springs. We're going to drop that front end 3 inches. Drop the back about the same. We want the body a little bit up in the back, not much. Maybe a 2%, 3% pitch, rake on it, not much. And then we'll go to town on it. We'll try to get that 5.0 5-speed in it. Get the motor mounts. The other part is, I'm going to jump around here. I've talked enough. We're 12 minutes. So I'll cover this in the next video. Where I'm headed with this frame, what we're going to do, how we're going to get that frame of the body of the Jeep on it, where we're headed, what our goals are for this year, what my goals are on the other truck. I still haven't done anything with my 52. That is going to change. I've got a complete interior for that. I'd like to get it in, get the glass in the windows next year. There is glass in them, they're cracked. I'd like to get some new glass in it. I'd like to frame swap that truck and get it on a more modern running gear, but retain the flathead and maybe team it up with a nice 5-speed power steering. So got to get this stuff done so I can get back on my own stuff. Busy. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to comments. I know a lot of people didn't want me to cut up any of these trucks, but this truck was actually, there was nothing I could do about this one. Wait for it to live. The Eddie Bauer edition. Eddie will live. The young guy I bought it from will probably be happy. And we'll try to retain its original look and go from there. I'm going to add a visor on it. Lighted if I can find one. I have a non-lighted, but we'll see what happens. Been driving the cheap Mustang, the cheapest Mustang. If you guys go back and look at that, the cheapest Mustang on Craigslist Marketplace. I guess it came off Marketplace. I got a little bit of repair to do right here. I put some glass on it, and I'm going to get that done hopefully this week. I am driving. It is plated. I've been driving it. It runs excellent. I'm going to hate to sell that because it is wicked fun to drive that car. Cold air, it handles well, it's quiet on the road, there's no rattles. For a V6 car, it's got plenty of power and runs great. Okay, again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for the comments, thanks for the new subscribers. Hit that like button, follow us along. We're going to have some good builds going on here, and we'll bring you along. I'd like to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I know I'm a ways off. It's like 400 and some, 500 and some off. I'd like to someday get there so we can do some live feeds while we're in the shop working. Okay, make it happen.